Hello, I'm Michael from 3Brothers, and I'm going to start a new segment about collecting games, and we're going to call it 3Brothers Collect-A-Thon. So I'm the one that kind of collects all the physical type of things, so whether it be games or comics or things like that. My brothers mainly buy digital, so I'm the one that purchases physical copies of games, as you can see from back there. It's my tower of nerdiness. So I'm going to go through, I don't know how often it'll be. Depends on how often I buy old school games, I guess. So I went out and did a little hunting. I love going out and collecting games. So this is kind of what this is about, is showing my love of games and going out and collecting and seeing what I get. And then maybe people can talk about what games they have been excited to get lately, or they found, or really wanted to. Sometimes I think about a game that I used to play when I was younger, and I was like, oh, I don't have that anymore. I used to do is I sold all my games from my childhood, and then now I'm buying them all back. So if you're watching this, don't sell your old games. At one point, you come full circle and you'll want to play again. So to start off, games that I played as a child, and actually all three brothers of us tried, is this game called Phantasy Star Online, Episode 1-2. We originally played on the Xbox, but I picked this up, and oh my gosh, did we have a lot of fun with it. Now, the weird thing about this one is the multiplayer, you're offline, so you can't do any of the quests, and obviously the servers are down. I think there is a way to get the servers privately, but us brothers were playing this the other day, and oh my gosh, we had a blast. It was fun. It brought back some old school memories. We were disappointed at first that we couldn't do the missions, but then right away we're like, oh, yeah, this is exactly as much fun as we remember it to be. So we're going to sink in quite a few hours on that probably every Sunday when we film, or after we film. Most likely after. Some other games I found. I've been looking for this guy for so long. Illusion of Gaia. Now this, I've never played this. This is kind of a spiritual successor of Soul Blazer. There's one after it called Terra Enigma as well. But I found it at a very good price, and I was like, I need to have this game. Apparently it's a pretty short game, but I've heard it's on the classic list, so it's a game I will hopefully be playing soon. Speaking of another game I've never played, it's kind of a classic. Now this came late on the N64, so this is Paper Mario. Now the only one I've played is the one for the Wii, which is Super Paper Mario, ironically, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. That's the Wii version. There's also the GameCube version, which I also own. So now I have the first one, so now I can play through them in chronological order. I don't know if it matters, but I have it now, so I'm excited about that. So that, I think I have 2 copies now for some reason. I just realized that, but I'll find some use for that, I'm sure. I'm excited about this one because I remember playing not 1,000-Year-Old Door, the Super Paper Mario one, and I was laughing. Like, I haven't had a game where I laugh out loud by myself when I play in a long time. Paper Mario did that, so I'm hoping the original one does it as well, or the Wii one did. So we'll see. I'm not sure. A couple other things I found. I've never been a huge Kirby fan, but I heard good things about this game, and I saw it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going in blind, and Kirby Air Ride, sure. It's like a racing game. I like racing games. I think it's a racing game. I don't even know what it is, but it's Kirby. Cool. I'll try it out. Why not? GameCube all the way. And one of the great Nintendo series, Metroid Prime. This is number 2, Echoes. Now, I've only played number 1, and I have the collection for the Wii U. I think it was called the Anthology or something like that. Oh, Metroid Prime Trilogy. I got that for the Wii U, but I don't like using the Wiimotes, and I realized that I can use my GameCube controller with these 2. So I'm out buying the originals, and now I have 1 and 2 now, and then I have 3 in the Trilogy. I might buy it for the Wii. I saw it for like $5 the other day, but I'll still have to use a Wiimote, so I'll probably just stick to the Trilogy for one for that. But I've played the first a little bit, and I love that. The atmosphere, everything about that game is awesome, so I'm excited to play through that. Now, one of my favorite games for the 360 Xbox is Prey. This is, I don't know if you want to call it a sleeper hit. I don't actually even know how many times they sold, or how many copies they sold, but this is probably one of my favorite games. I beat it in almost one sitting. I remember Kevin and I were switching off playing each chapter. So he played the first chapter, I played the second chapter. And by the time the 3rd chapter ended, I think he was like, I'm going to go to bed. I was like, all right, well, I'll just play the 4th chapter and I'll catch you up on what happened. And then, so he woke up and I was still playing. I think I was at almost the end of the game and I was like, I can't stop playing this game. It's too good. So if you have never played Prey, definitely give it a shot. Now, they are remaking this. They showed it at E3. I think it's just called Prey. It's supposed to be a reimagining, so I don't think you have to play this game to know anything about the new one, but it would be kind of cool to check out where it came out. This is all about like weird portals and going upside down and aliens invading and basically get taken up into a spaceship and you have to fight it off. And the ending was great. Everything about this game I loved. So definitely check it out. Last game for my collection is I found this randomly at, I think it was a half-price books. It was like $8 to $15, and I was like, oh, I am starting to collect Dreamcast games again. I never had a Dreamcast growing up, so I'm interested to play them. Like, I collected another game called Egg, which I heard is an awesome RPG. So I'm going to try that one out for sure once I get my Dreamcast to work. The one I bought isn't showing a picture. It turns on, but I don't know. So I picked this up, and I looked up reviews, and it got okay reviews. I didn't happen to look at the price on like any of the systems, so I picked it up for like, I think it was between $8 and $15. And complete, this thing is selling for like anywhere from 60 to 90 bucks. And I was like, all right, that's cool. So when that happens, I'm always happy. And that's one of the things I like about collecting games is, one, I get to add it to my shelf back there. Two, you never know what you're going to get price-wise. It might be in good condition. This one's pretty good. It has the manual and everything. Then you look it up on the site and you're like, oh, I paid pretty good money for that. I mean, sometimes I know what I'm going to get and how much money I will pay for it. Like Illusion of Gaia, I've been checking prices and stuff like that, and I didn't want to pay more than what I had to, but I found a clean copy for the amount I wanted to. But it's nice when you go in blind and pick up a game that just looks interesting and you figure out, oh, that's worth money and I didn't pay that much for it. So that's what this channel is going to be about. Or not this channel, but this segment of our channel called 3Brothers. So tell me what you've been collecting, if you actually collect physical games. I don't know. Not a lot of people do, apparently. But I love going back and being able to play old retro games. Just like the other day, I busted out Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube. We played some Phantasy Star. It's one of my favorite things. My older brother was playing Quest 64 next to me while I was playing Hyper Light Drifter or something like that. I can't remember. No, I don't remember what I was playing. But I just like being able to have that option to go back and play my old games. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense to buy all these physical copies, but it's what I like to do. I'm a collector, and I keep spending money on games. So what have you been spending money on lately? Until next time, whenever that is, I'll see you then.